Blessings and namaste, everyone. I'm spiritualist, psychic astrologer, and medium Sette. I thank you once again for allowing me this opportunity to share with you my astrological and spiritual insights for the month of August 2020. Now, we have progressed through our eclipse season. Our next eclipse season will be at the end of November and into December. I will begin to touch upon those opportunities as we go into the fall season, beginning around September, because September will prepare us for the next eclipse season. And right now, let's touch upon some of the opportunities that we are being presented with at this time. In my last video, I touched upon how on July 22nd, the sun progressed into the sign, the tropical zodiac sign of Leo. And on the July 26th, we begin the opportunity of the opening of the Lion's Gate portal that begins on July 26th. Its energies are amplified, and they come to a crescendo at the time of August 7th, 8th, and 9th, specifically at the moment of sunrise, and then the Lion's Gate portal closes on August 12th. If this opportunity resonates with you, I do suggest exploring the many possibilities that we can all embrace during this time. During the Lion's Gate portal, and as the sun transits the sign of Leo, Leo is the sign which most represents creativity and divinity. And I always inspire us to recognize that when we express ourselves creatively, we connect with divinity. And when we connect with divinity, we demonstrate ourselves as creative beings. Every one of us, by nature, is very much a creative being, and I always inspire us to recognize that creativity is limitless, endless, infinite, abundant, and is not specific to only art and music. Creativity takes on many, many forms, and every one of us has the potential to connect with and demonstrate great creativity. During the time of the Lion's Gate portal, there was the experience of the flooding of the Nile, the rising of the Nile rivers, and that experience flooded and fortified the land. We have a similar experience where there is a surge of our understanding of ourselves as creative beings. Our creativity is nourished and fortified and reborn during this time of the Lion's Gate portal, and we also have the opportunity to remember ourselves as divinely creative evolutionary beings. This is just a very brief, simple understanding explanation of the Lion's Gate portal experience. I do suggest to explore the many insights and philosophies, if you will, regarding the experience. As I said, it is exact on August 7th, 8th, and 9th. And at the moment of sunrise on those 3 days, our sun rises in conjunction with the star sun Sirius. These two alignments, this conjunction, a conjunction is when two elements are at the exact same position along the horizon, either in longitude or latitude. And at the moment of sunrise, we have the opportunity to connect with great divinity, and remember that that divinity is very much within ourselves. So that's my very simple explanation for you of the Lion's Gate portal as the sun transits the sign of Leo. On August 3rd, 2020 at 11:58 a.m. we have our next full moon. Now, this full moon is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign which most represents an awakening, the new age, the age of Aquarius, humanitarianism, brotherhood, being altruistic, that understanding of oneness. Certainly, we are experiencing what might seem to be very unsettling times. Remember, everything in the outside world, in this realm of consciousness, is only an illusion. And when we allow ourselves to really move past the illusion of the third dimension and really experience all things and observe all things from a place of love, we dissolve that fear. I do have a video entitled Fear Which Interferes, which touches upon that a little bit more. And what I emphasize with our next full moon in the sign of Aquarius, certainly Aquarius does represent chaos at times. And remember, chaos shall always precede great change. And we certainly are in the times of great, powerful, prominent, evolutionary change. And these changes are opportunities for every one of us to receive many, many blessings when we allow ourselves to recognize the blessings and the opportunities at hand. And in order to do that, we need to detach ourselves from the bombardment of the chaos and cacophony of the outside world. This full moon can heighten this element, this sense of awareness for many of us, especially regarding a higher awareness of yourself, your path, your purpose, your destiny, some of your greatest potentials, whatever that might be for you. At the time of our next full moon, again, as I said, it's on August 3rd at 11:58 a.m. Allow yourself to be in a place of receptivity, of embracing higher awareness, higher knowing, greater insights, abstract insights. Remember, also, Aquarius is the sign of the inventor. Aquarius connects us with genius thinking, that genius element mentality, high levels of IQ. Every one of us has the opportunity and the potential to connect and demonstrate genius thinking. And we can do that when we quiet the mind. I learned many years ago how to employ the tool of meditation. Meditation allows us, provides us the platform so that we can connect with higher thinking, abstract thinking, genius thinking, because we've quieted the cacophony of the mind, that third dimensional static interference, which does not allow us to embrace the insights which come from the spirit realm. As I said, every one of us has the unique potential, individual unique potential to connect with greatness and genius thinking. And it is all demonstrated for every one of us personally in our own very unique manner, in whichever way that might be. Also, the sign of Aquarius, as I said, it represents the humanitarian. Every one of us, I believe, has the ability, the potential to really demonstrate humanitarian qualities, especially in our profession, and it doesn't matter what that is. As long as it's all love-based, it connects with being in a place of love, demonstrating love. It's kind of interesting. The sun is transiting the sign of Leo, and I must have touched upon this many times. The sun in the sign of Leo. Leo represents the heart. Leo also represents love. It connects us with great passion. Remember, whatever it is that we are very passionate about, very much connects us with a greater purpose. Also, it connects us with great love. As I said, Leo represents the heart. Actually, Aquarius represents the circulation of the blood because it's in the opposite sign of Leo, and it's very interesting how it also connects with awareness, awakening, humanitarianism. When we allow ourselves to really be in that place of love in all our experiences, especially in the workplace, which is actually becoming the joy place, which is one of the many blessings of these powerful times. When we are in that place of love, we circulate that love through our humanitarian endeavors and efforts. Just kind of think about that for a little bit and allow yourself at this full moon to awaken to whatever that potential might be for you, to demonstrate yourself as a humanitarian. And again, it doesn't matter what it is that we are doing. It's more important to recognize what we are being. Remember, as I've said, we are human beings, not human doings. And when we experience all that we experience from that place of love, we radiate that love to the all of humanity. And then we assist in facilitating a higher vibration, elevated change in our world. Also, at the time of the full moon, and as it connects with the chart of the United States, and I won't get too specific with, because I don't want to confuse anyone, but the point where it connects to the United States chart, it has a close connection with what we refer to as the moon's south node. The moon has two nodes, a north node and a south node. They're not necessarily or actually physical points in the heavens, physical objects in the heavens. They're points in the heavens where the moon crosses the ecliptic from north to south. The ecliptic is the plane or the path, that the planets and the moon travel along the heavens. And when the moon progresses above or below that, at that point, that is referred to as the moon's nodal point. But what I'm emphasizing here is that this full moon in the sign of Aquarius, which is awakening, connects with the south node of the United States. The south node, simply stated in our chart, represents and connects us with our past, things from the past, sometimes even past lives, depending where it's placed on your chart, and a few other alignments to that point to really understand specifically what that might mean for you. But I'm speaking right now about the chart of the United States, and this full moon connecting with that element is very much an opportunity for us to awaken in the United States to our true path, and perhaps become much more aware of how we've been possibly misled in certain realms of science, history, religion, how we've been misinformed in order for the powers that be to keep us in a compromised state of knowing. These times that we're in right now, we certainly are in the times of the Great Awakening, the times of Revelations and the Apocalypse. As I've said, those elements do not connect with doom, gloom, and destruction. Revelations, the apocalypse, means to reveal. We're being shown higher truths about ourselves, our spiritual origins, and these understandings may not necessarily corroborate with the conventional narrative. As always, I inspire everyone to explore and discover what resonates for you very personally with this and in all matters, even with what I share with you. We will be coming to our next new moon, which will take place on August 18th at 10:42 p.m. Now that is in the sign of Leo. So that right there, that just reinforces the elements of creativity, divinity, being in the place of love, enjoying all your experiences from a place of love, really fortifying a heart-centered, love-based experience. And this is a blessing that every one of us has the opportunity to really enjoy right now. We don't have to wait till next week, till next year, whatever that might be. We always inspire, be in the moment. Allow yourself now to be in that place of love. And if for whatever reason you might not be, as I've said in my forecast before, the balsamic moon phase allows us to adequately prepare for the coming lunar cycle beginning on the new moon. And that balsamic moon phase begins on August 15th at 8:48 a.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. Whenever I'm indicating times, I'm using Eastern Daylight Time. We're in Daylight Time right now, so it's Eastern Time. That is the preparation period, the auspicious opportunity for us to prepare for the coming lunar cycle. It's a period of cleansing, clearing, releasing, purging, whatever that might be. Specifically with any elements that are interfering with what we are being given an opportunity to embrace at the new moon. And because the sign is the new moon is in the sign of Leo, again representing creativity, divinity, love, it also connects and represents children. We've heard many times about becoming very childlike. We do suggest to really embrace that knowing, especially right now, in seeing all things from a place of wonder and magic, just as a little child observes the world before it is clouded and weighed down by the heaviness of this third dimension. I'm inspiring us all to remember how when we were very, very young and the holidays were approaching, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, whichever holiday season resonates with you or that you connect with on a personal level, remember how we all knew this wonderful time was coming for us, and we knew we were going to receive gifts at that time, but we didn't really know what we were going to get at that time, but we had that excitement of knowing that many gifts, many blessings were being presented to us. I suggest to have this experience right now, or allow yourself to really engage in this right now, and just kind of knowing that so many wonderful blessings are coming to all of us, every one of us. No one is to be left out. That's the wonderful, extraordinary element of all of this, that no one is to be left out. No one is to be denied of the blessings that are coming. So allow yourself to just imagine that Christmas is coming. Certainly it's coming in a few months, but it might even be coming sooner. And we may not necessarily really know the gifts that we are going to be given, but allow yourself to be in that element of excitement, the knowing something wonderful, something extraordinary is coming for every one of us. And again, the new moon in August is on August 18th at 10:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now on August 22nd at 11:45 a.m., that's when the sun transits into the tropical zodiac sign of Virgo. Now Virgo, all the signs represent many, many elements. I always touch upon the strongest, more significant elements of the sign. Virgo does connect us with our service to humanity. It also represents the physical health and well-being of the body. Certainly many of us are very concerned right now about maintaining optimum health and well-being. So as the sun transits the sign of Virgo, which connects with health care, optimum health and well-being, it's certainly a time for us to explore the many, many tools and opportunities available for us to fortify our immune system, enjoy optimum health and well-being, and address any imbalances, if you will, symptoms, if you will, from a spiritual understanding. Spiritually and metaphysically, we understand that when there is a physical imbalance, if you will, in the human form, it all stems from an imbalance of discordant emotions. Many of us may be familiar with the highly progressive material in Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, which this book was published, I believe, around 87, 88. It was light years ahead of its time. I inspire all of us to recognize what resonates with you on a personal level, because these experiences are very, very personal, and individual for every one of us. Explore, discover what resonates for you so that you can properly maintain and support your immune system. When we allow the body to function properly as it was designed and support it in being so, we are very much shielded against all the harmful interferences of the physical world. And I would include in that our auric field, or auric energy field. Our energy field I always equate it to the Earth's electromagnetic field, how that has been designed to shield the Earth against all energetic interferences, solar wind, radiation. Our energy field, our human aura, does just that. And it also needs to be supported and maintained properly. Again, with like anything else, there's much information on how to really conduct those exercises on a personal level. I've offered reading suggestions, as always. Explore the opportunities and the possibilities, the tools that are available, and embrace whatever resonates with you on a personal level. One final point: on August 15th, we'll backtrack a little bit because I did talk about the balsamic moon on the 15th, the new moon on the 18th, and the sun moving into Virgo on the 22nd. On August 15th, our planet of great awakening and awareness, as well as chaos, Uranus, moves into its retrograde phase. It will remain retrograde until January 14th, 2021. It moves retrograde at exactly 10:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Uranus being the ruler of Aquarius. Whenever a planet moves retrograde, the greatest characteristics of those elements are somewhat internalized, so we use the time to reflect on those elements, allowing yourself to embrace higher awareness, allowing yourself to recognize some of your own greatest potential that will allow you to be very humanitarian. If you're not clear with all of that, one of the opportunities of the Uranus retrograde is to just kind of reflect on that within yourself. And sometimes we see a heightened experience of unnecessary chaos in the outside world. So I do suggest to just kind of detach yourself, step back from any of the chaos which we may observe during this time, but as we have observed over these last few months as well. Remember, when we go within, that's when we receive the greatest clarity and the greatest awareness. The Uranus retrograde phase is an auspicious opportunity to receive higher, greater clarity and awareness. So once again, I'm spiritualist, psychic, astrologer, and medium Sette. I thank you for allowing me this very brief opportunity to share with you some of my spiritual and astrological insights for the month of August 2020. As always, remain in the light and always in a place of love. Namaste.